Good morning and welcome back to the channel, and without further ado, because apparently people are getting wound up with people saying without further ado, I'll carry on talking. I don't have a lot of battery. Unfortunately I've come out on this special vlog with only one battery for the little Sony I'm recording now on, so it won't last very long, so I won't be doing many pieces to camera. But if I briefly explain, this video, which is up in the woods here near my house, is going to be unusual insofar as I've only brought the new drone with me, and this camera obviously, and the new drone is a Mavic Air 2, and I got it yesterday, and having had most of the drones that DJI have made, apart from the big Inspire, which I've never seen a need for or the expense to warrant having one, I've had all the others. I've had Phantoms, I've had Mavic Pros, I've had Sparks, Mavic Airs. This one, though, this Mavic Air 2 is absolutely stunning. And although it's got a 48 megapixel camera on it, I think by default it does some interpolation. You'd have to check on the internet to find out what it's actually doing, but I took some pictures with it yesterday and flew it around the garden, and I was more than impressed with it. In particular, and which is why I brought it into this wooded area, it actually does collision avoidance very, very well, and it also follows you very well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm walking up into the woods to where the large long-lived trees are. This is all coppiced around here. This is just a mess, a jungle of branches and sticks and twigs and leaves. It's very difficult to form any form of picture here, but along the track here there's some much more mature trees, and those mature trees I'm going to see what I can do in terms of both videoing and photographing it using the drone. So, and to annoy the people that don't like without further ado, I won't say it. Let's see how it all goes. Amazing, the capabilities of that little beastie. I had it following me down a track pretty much like this one. Unfortunately I forgot to press the record button, so it didn't record my antics, but it did follow me, and it stopped when it couldn't get past the obstacles in front. It went up if it could get over it, and it went down if it could get under it, and absolutely stunning, the capability. And it's, I must say, a lot quieter than a lot of the other drones that I've heard and had myself in the past. So I've taken a few stills with it. I'll knit them into the shot. So it's a bit more difficult setting a shot up with a drone, because you're still attempting to do the photographic thing of getting it properly framed and everything, but it's pretty much a different mindset, especially in an environment like this, because it's a complex, very complex environment. Lots and lots of things, and picking out objects to make focal points is more difficult, and the time pressures are on a bit as well. But to be fair, I flew the drone for over 25 minutes and it's still showing another 10 minutes of battery life, so DJI's claims of 34 minutes I think pretty much are right. Anyway, I'll see if there's somewhere else we can take it up and give some more footage from. The latter part of the video that I've been taking was set on HDR video in 1080p. I put it on 1080p because although it's capable of 4K, I don't broadcast 4K, and also it fills up SD cards as if I own shares in an SD card company. So I put it on to 1080 and we'll see how good the image quality is from it. On another note, I'm covered in dust, absolutely covered in it, because it's not rained here for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Well, perhaps an odd shower, but hardly had any effect. And net result of that is these tracks around here that I'm walking on are absolutely dust bowls, and a drone close to the ground, and by close I mean sort of anything below about 6 or 7 feet, he's just churning the stuff up and blowing it everywhere. Some of the footage might show little mini dust devils being caused as the dust's picking up from the prop wash and just swirling around in front of the camera. I'll have to give it a good clean when I get home. Anyway, back home now, pull the video together, see how it looks, hopefully it'll be good. Flies in the nose, not pleasant, and Oz is looking pensive, so there must be someone in front of us, so I'll cut it short there and get on with making a video. Okay, here is the Mavic Air 2. I've just got it hovering in the garden. We've got a lot of wind out here at the moment. It's quite happily handling it. I'm not sure what the maximum wind speed is this thing will fly at, but it's been windy the last couple of days since I've had it, and I've had no problems with it working. So as you can see, I've got the controller here, which has got my one of my phones plugged into it, and that's the image that's coming back from the actual Mavic itself. This is the new style controller, so it's got it's got the phone on the top, which is a lot better than the other ones. I always found it difficult taking notice of the phone when it was on the bottom of the controller. This makes far more sense, and it's much better. It's actually quite like the smart controller which I had with my other DJI drone. So the drone's struggling a little bit in the wind, quite happily, but let's just try and keep the camera on him as well. Let's move him over there. The dog's quite keen to. Ozzy doesn't know what to make of this. He's even left his shadow on the grass down there. There he is. Anyway, I'm just going to put him up because the wind's blowing very hard. I'll try and track him with my handheld Sony as well. And that's now getting out of the shade of the trees, and seems to be handling the wind perfectly well, wobbling about a bit, but the footage that's showing on the screen is absolutely stunning. I'll bring you down and let you have a look at that. That's the image that I'm getting back from the feed from the drone. That's quite impressive image quality. That I can't get the little Sony too close, but it is absolutely amazing. And what I'll do is take a couple of shots, so we'll stop the recording here. I'll take some shots and I'll take some video with the drone. Well, as ever, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.